Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about breaking news in the NBA. The Milwaukee Bucks have fired head coach Mike Budenholzer after having an amazing regular season where the Milwaukee Bucks were the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference and had a great year, but when it came to the playoffs, had the biggest upset in the last 10 years, if not longer. They're the only they're out of 6 teams. They're one of 6 teams to lose to an 8 seed in the first round of the playoffs, and they're the first team to lose to an 8 seed since 2012. And I will say that was embarrassing, and that was awful the way they went out losing to the Heat, which at the same time, you were without Giannis for 3 out of the 5 of the games. Giannis went down in the first quarter, game 1, missed game 2, missed game 3, even though you won game 2 on your own without Giannis. So Giannis missed games 1 through game 3. Jimmy Butler was playing some of the best basketball he's played in his whole life. And probably is going to go down as one of the best playoff, performances we've seen, all playoffs. And when the finals are over, I mean, that game 4 performance he had in Miami, I think he scored like 60 points or whatever. I think that's going to be one of the best performances in the playoffs. And he was just amazing. I mean, even though they lost as a 1 seed with championship hopes, to me, in my opinion, I don't know if that was enough to fire him. And let's look over his milestones with his 5 years in Milwaukee. With 5 years with the Milwaukee Bucks, 5 straight playoffs. So in his time being the Milwaukee Bucks head coach, they've never missed the playoffs. And a 263-119 record. So 263 and 119, amazing record. Two conference finals, which was obviously when they won the championship. They beat I can't remember who they beat in the conference championship. It wasn't the Heat. They beat them in the first round. I can't remember who they beat in the conference championship that year, but went to the conference champ. They lost in the conference championship to the Raptors in 2019 and 2019-20 season when the Raptors won the championship, but then won the conference finals in 2021, and I still can't remember. It wasn't the Heat, it wasn't the Celtics, and it wasn't the Sixers. Or was it? Was it the Celtics? No, I have no idea. They beat the Hawks. It was the Hawks. The Hawks were like one of the biggest shockers. It was the Hawks. The Hawks were one of the biggest shockers that season, going all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. So they beat the Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. They lost to the Raptors in 19-20, which that was not too good because they were up. Weren't they up? They were up 2-0 in the series and ended up losing in 6 games. And then they won an NBA championship in 2021 against the Phoenix Suns in 6 games. So in his 5 years with Milwaukee, 5 straight playoffs, 263-119 record, 2 conference championships, one you won, one you lost to the Bucks. To the Raptors and the Hawks, and then also an NBA championship. And I believe he also, if not won 1 Coach of the Year awards. I believe it was 2, but if not, it was definitely 1. I remember him winning 1. It might have been 1 or 2. So 2 or I think it was 1 Coach of the Year awards. So he won Coach of the Year, which was a couple seasons ago, and they won a championship. They went to 2 conference finals. They went to the playoffs in every single year that he was there in 5 years. They had a 263-119 record with all those milestones, even though losing embarrassingly in 5 games to an 8 seed Miami with a hot Jimmy Butler, who's playing the best basketball of his life and was amazing in that series. I don't know if that was enough. I don't know. Apparently, he was on the hot seat before that, and it's going to be interesting to see who Milwaukee brings in as their next head coach. I think definitely an option is keeping it in-house. I know Charles Lee is an assistant that is, is also a really main candidate for the Pistons job. Maybe the Bucks, with him being one of the top available head coaches available. Maybe possibly he's a guy that possibly gets brought in-house, so moves up, from assistant head coach to head coach, or maybe even interested in Nick Nurse possibly. Ime Udoka's off the table. I can't really have any other ideas for you. I mean, you want to get a top notch who's gonna, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player. You want to make Giannis happy, and I think maybe Charles Lee, who's your assistant coach and one of the top candidates to possibly be hired for Detroit, or anybody else who's viewed as one of the best options for NBA teams this offseason. I think that could be a really nice option for Milwaukee, is keeping Charles Lee in house and bringing him in as the head coach, moving him up from assistant to head. I doubt that it'll take long for Mike Budenholzer to find a job. Do I think it's this year? No, because the only job that's open is Detroit, and even if Detroit, spends some money in free agent, I don't see Detroit being I think for Detroit, they'd have to get Victor Win. They'd have to get the first overall pick. I think they'd have to get some decent free agents and then hire a top-notch head coach for them to become a solid team next year. Honestly, I don't think Mike Budenholzer goes there. I could be wrong, but I don't even think he's a guy they would be interested in. I think they'd be probably looking for someone a little bit younger. But we'll see. I think Mike Budenholzer, I guarantee you Mike Budenholzer will be one of the top candidates next season, or unless another job becomes open. I don't think another job will become open, but I could be wrong. Maybe another job will get open. Maybe someone else gets fired, or maybe someone else parts ways. Who knows? I know the rumors have passed around about maybe Ty Lue and the Clippers parting ways. Clippers could be an option for him if Ty Lue and the Clippers, move on from each other, but I doubt that happens. So in that case, I just think as of right now, I think Mike Budenholzer will be one of the best options for 2024 as a head coach candidate, but we shall see. There's a lot of time left, a lot of jobs that could come open. It might not, but we'll see. Only jobs that are open right now is the Pistons and the Raptors, which the Raptors have still not filled their head coach. Could the Raptors be an option for Mike Budenholzer? I doubt it, because they're possibly going into a sort of rebuild. I don't think Budenholzer wants to be a part of that. The Pistons are at the edge of rebuild, so I doubt those. So those are the two only jobs open right now. So the jobs open are the Raptors, the Pistons, and the Bucks. And I don't, obviously he's not going back to the Bucks. I don't see the Raptors with them possibly going into rebuild, and I don't see the Pistons with them, still in a little bit of a rebuild state. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed them. Your thoughts on the firing. Let me know where you think Budenholzer will go, whether it's this season or it's next season. And let me know who you think the Bucks should hire or keep Charles Lee in house and have him go from assistant to head coach. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed them. Your thoughts, and peace out.